What's going on, you guys? EP09 back here with another video, and today we have some positivity in the bodybuilding industry to talk about. I know, it sounds a bit different, doesn't it? Just stay with me, trust me. But what about the negativity in bodybuilding too? I'm going to discuss that a little bit in this video as well. So to start, Fouad Abiad recently released a video on how he has signed both Samson Dauda and Justin Shier to long-term contracts with Hosstile. Samson Dauda signed a 4-year contract with Hosstile, and Justin Shier signed a 5-year contract with Hosstile, respectively. I'm going to discuss a few of what I thought were key points in Fouad's video, but I'll leave a link in the description for the entire video, and I really encourage you guys to go and watch it all. Now, I think this news is great news, for a lot of reasons. Both Samson and Justin now, can have stability in their lives. Fouad can continue to build his company with top athletes behind him. There's a lot of win-win here. I'll discuss a bit more of that later in this video, but before I get to that, when Fouad said this...
A lot of times, a lot of these news channels, whatever you want to call them, they release stories about athletes changing companies, and it's always kind of negative.
And also this...
I've noticed there's certain people in the industry that just I feel like they don't catch a break. Like Hunter's one of them. Hunter never catches a break, eh? Like people are on him about everything.
It really made me think, is there really that much hate in a sport that we all claim to love so much? So Fouad mentions Hunter Labrada, so we can use him as an example. I guess the first thing to establish with Hunter would be, okay, Hunter got a lot of flack in the recent past for the package he brought to the 2021 and the 2022 Olympia, as well as his mainly shake diet that he was doing, due to supposed stomach issues. So first, this is one that we can just get out of the way. Hunter is incorporating more whole foods into his current diet. So look, we'll see how his body responds to that. We'll find out in time. Now, in terms of Hunter's placings and how many fans felt he did not deserve 4th place in 2021 and 7th in 2022 at the Olympia, for the physique that he brought to the stage, okay, are we all not allowed to make mistakes? Should we all not be allowed to make mistakes without criticism, which borderlines on, or, definitely is, insulting to someone as a person?
The day and age that we live in, people have their favorites and they can hide behind keyboards. So, dealing with everything in the wake of it's never a good thing. People always say, stay off social media. Everyone's always gonna have something to say. It's gotten to the point where it's like me and every other top guy. It's like you can't get on our phones without having like 30 people tell us how shitty we are, how bad we suck, and that doesn't affect me. But at the end of the day, it subconsciously wears on you after a while.
Yes, I do believe that Hunter and all pro bodybuilders, for that matter, really, are public figures and are subject to criticism. But I really think that should go as far as the physique and not the person. Hunter doesn't throw hate anybody's way. He really doesn't, He seems like a nice guy. Oh, and just a side note, Hunter standing outside of Labrada Nutrition, firing off a flamethrower underneath the American flag is pretty badass. I laughed pretty hard when I saw it. Pretty cool. Anyway, okay, look, there's guys out there that are asking for all the hate. Look at Nick Trigili and what he said about Hunter in the recent past. You don't even need to watch one of his videos. Just look at the titles here, Now, I'm not saying Nick isn't entitled to his opinion, and of course, Nick is going for the shock factor with these titles and the way that he presents the information. I mean, it's just presented so negatively though, and I don't agree that it can be chopped up to simply, harsh criticism or the hard truth of the matter, because, there's just a level of disrespect in what Nick says that I just really don't enjoy. Some of Nick's content I do enjoy, but the guy doesn't even respect his fans. Nick recently did a live stream on his YouTube and experienced some technical difficulties, and as he was trying to sort them out, he had this to say to people in the comments section.
All right, 180 people, this is horrible, but we'll talk. I don't know how it's not even picking up on my microphone, though. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like in here. The sound's working on my side, you dipshit. It's not working for you guys on the playback. Anyone actually had a brain in this chat, but you guys are all meatheads. No one can help with how to turn the fucking sound on the playback video. Justin's
So he doesn't respect athletes, and he doesn't respect the people that are actually watching his videos that did nothing to him. I mean, look, seriously though, how can you speak to your fans like this? These are the same people that click on your videos, show up to watch them, and frankly, provide you with ad revenue so you can pay your bills, man. I just don't get it. The negativity aspect is just too much for me. Not to say that I'm perfect either, though. I mean, look, I've released some negativity in some of my past videos, especially some early ones, but not to the extent that Nick Trigili does, It's really not an aspect of bodybuilding that I'm interested in. Assessing the physique and training and diet methodology is one thing. Criticism and difference of opinion coupled with strong personalities is another. But the negative connotations, I just don't enjoy, and I just don't think they're necessary. Now, look, maybe I'm just getting soft in my old age, I don't know. Circling back to Fouad's announcement, my understanding is that sponsorships in bodybuilding that are long-term like this are fairly uncommon for most athletes. In a world full of uncertainties, this gives Samson and Justin a home, and this gives Fouad the ability to push his brand and push the careers of these guys forward too. I really do like the idea of athletes growing within a brand and that brand supporting the athletes, so they can thrive. And looking just beyond Samson and Justin and Fouad, look at Krizo. Krizo never would have competed in the US, or he certainly would have had a harder time, without a steady sponsor. It wasn't until he joined up with EVLS that he had the ability to even come to the US to compete. So this really is a symbiotic relationship that these companies and athletes have. I also run my own company. I currently own a commercial diving business, and I bet Fouad would agree with me on some of this. Nobody prepares you for the fact that you are employing people and that they are relying on you to an extent for their well-being and, their family's well-being, really. When you look at your employees and they start having kids and getting married and building houses and really, a life around your company, I understand the pressure. But I also understand Fouad's pride in being able to support these guys. It's a very gratifying and fulfilling feeling. So to end this video on a positive note, congrats to Fouad, congrats to Samson, and congrats to Justin on your recent contract agreements. I'm looking forward to the future for all these guys, and you know what? Who knows? Maybe I'll find a way to work with Hosstile someday myself. So that's it for me in this video today, you guys. Leave me a comment down below on what you guys think. Do you think Hunter gets too much hate out there? Should Nick Trigili be more appreciative of his fans and maybe tone down on some of his negativity? Let me know below. Do you think the stability that Samson, Justin, and Fouad now have will help to further their careers? Thanks for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.